Hey guys. Alright, so this one lasagna gardening, and this one is on asparagus. Many gardeners needlessly deprive themselves of this tasty crop because they think it's too hard to grow. Traditional methods call for digging a deep trench, setting the crowns in the bottom, and then gradually filling in the trench with a soil and manure mixture. You had to continue this backfilling all summer, and you couldn't even look forward to eating any asparagus until 2 or 3 years had passed. That's not my kind of gardening. So I skipped growing asparagus for many years. But once I saw how well lasagna gardening worked, I tried everything, including asparagus, and got great results. You do have to be careful where you don't make an asparagus bed because you don't want to move it. But in return, a well prepared, properly planted asparagus bed can continue producing for 20 years or more. Site and soil. A heavy feeder. Asparagus needs well drained soil and at least 6 hours of sun. Ugh. The fall before planting, build a lasagna garden on the site you've chosen for your asparagus with a base of newspaper topped with 18 to 24 inches of layered organic material. By spring, the lasagna bed will have the ideal soil conditions for asparagus. Asparagus from seed. If you enjoy store-bought asparagus, imagine what it would taste like to eat some of your own growing. No amount of work would be too much, but you don't have to work hard, just work smarter. The first year I lived in my house, the downstairs great room wasn't finished, so I used it as a seed starting room. I set up sawhorses and plywood for tables and laid tarps on the floor. In early February, I filled my containers with seed starting mix, planted the asparagus seed, watered, and waited. That room got so cold at times I covered the trays with floating row covers and wished I had heated cables to keep the soil warm, as I knew asparagus seed was supposed to need warm temperatures to germinate. But even in my less than ideal conditions, the seed still sprouted and grew. When the weather warmed outside, I carried the new seedlings to their bed and interplanted them with purchased 1 to 4 year old crowns. I gave them a mulch of manure and rich compost, and they grew well that first year. Next spring, I cut some of the first spears for about a week. I ate most of them in the garden, but saved one cutting to be steamed and eaten with melted butter and lemon. What an incredible taste. Planting. When installing a new bed, buy equal amounts of crowns, dormant buds with roots attached, that are of different ages, 1, 2, 3, and 4 years old. Your first harvest will be better, and the bed will produce much longer. The crowns look dry when you buy them. If you are not sure they have been disinfected by the seller, soak them for 15 minutes in a solution of 1 part household bleach and 3 parts water. Not so sure about that one. If you can't plant right away, keep them covered with a damp cloth or damp sand. In the spring, you'll know the time is right to plant when the soil in the bed is thawed and crumbles in your hand. Plant your asparagus in rows about 2 feet apart. Using a tool with a flat blade, I use a mattock, M-A-T-T-O-C-K. Make 2 3-inch wide shallow trenches about 3 inches apart in each row. This leaves a middle island with a slight rise between the 2 trenches. Cover the crowns with 2 to 3 inches of a mixture of half soil and half compost. As the plants grow during the summer, continue covering the compost in rich soil until the crowns are about 4 inches deep. Plan on 25 plants per person for fresh eating, even more if you plan to can or freeze. Keeping your asparagus healthy and productive for years to come at planting time, when buying crowns, choose cultivars that are resistant to rust and fusarium, 2 fungal diseases that can attack susceptible cultivars. Keep the bed mulched heavily at all times, and if a weed gets in, remove it as soon as possible. Keep out the grass. Enclose your asparagus bed with a frame of timbers, cinder blocks, or some other edging, or plan on trimming the edges regularly to keep grass from creeping into the bed. Care. Don't begrudge a little work to a new asparagus bed because it will repay you for years to come. When fall comes, give the entire bed a blanket of 8 to 10 inches of organic mulch, such as finely chopped leaves and grass clippings, spoiled hay, straw, seaweed, salt hay, rough compost, or barn litter. Each spring, feed the bed with 4 to 6 inch with a 4 to 6 inch cover of compost enriched with manure or barn litter. If you live in the colder regions, pull the mulch back on half of your bed so the soil warms faster and growth starts earlier. Leave the mulch on the other half. It will take longer to start, but you will have a longer harvesting season. Once the harvest season is over, the remaining shoots expand into ferny top growth. When the foliage turns bronze, cut it back to the ground. Harvesting. Regardless of what you have heard about waiting several years to start picking, I found that you can gather a small harvest the first spring after planting. Lay a 12-inch board between the rows so you can reach all the plants without stepping on and compacting the soil. Use a sharp knife, cut thumb-thick spears well below the soil level, twisting the spears you cut. Limit the harvesting time to about 2 weeks or until the spears are only pencil thick. In following years, lengthen the harvest by a week each year for the first 6 years. Once the bed is established, harvest every day during the season. An established bed produces a good harvest for 6 to 8 weeks. Eating. It's hard to resist eating the first tender spears raw, right from the garden. If some make it to the kitchen, steam until just barely tender and serve on a warm platter with melted butter and lemon, chopped hazelnuts browned in butter, or a dollop of hollandaise sauce. Or blanch the spears, marinate them in olive oil and vinegar, and serve cold. Pat's picks. Mary Washington and Martha Washington are old cultivars that produce female plants, so they channel much of their energy into seed production. On the other hand, new male hybrids, such as Jersey Giant, channel most of their energy into the production of spears, making them much more productive. To get the highest possible yields from your patch, start with Jersey Giant, Jersey General, Jersey Knight, or another all-male Jersey hybrid. And I'm going to choose mine from Seeds and Such, So Right Seeds, and probably Baker's Creek. So they're all, yeah, heirloom, because I don't want GMO. Alright, so the next one in lasagna gardening is beans. So that's it for that one. And I'm going to go ahead and get that up there. And you guys, if you're wondering who we are, please refer back to the video that I just did a few days ago on Faith First and who we are and what we're about. That goes into a lot of explanation, mainly because I don't want to make the video very long right now. We're Faith First Farm and Homestead, and we live in Michigan, and we're in the process of building up our homestead on my parents' property. So, anyway, that's the long and short of it right now. I'm going to go ahead and get this up there, and I'm going to try to do quite a few homesteading videos today. It is just really, really cold, and we don't have much for heat in our house right now, because our wood stove, we can't use it. There's a bird's nest stuck inside the chimney that we were not able to get out. So, we're surviving on a couple of small electric heaters and a propane heater. So, yeah, it's fun. And electric blanket, which we have in here. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this up there, and I will see you guys in the next video. And remember to like and share the videos, share them on all your platforms, friends, family, ask them to share the videos, and to, like and share the videos. And please leave comments, talk to me about the video, about whatever. Plus, people have started making comments about stuff playing in the background. Well, my husband has always liked things playing, like TV shows and that kind of thing. So that's why we always did that. But I will stop doing that from now on because it's distracting and I don't like that. So I want to be able to just have that one-on-one with you guys. Please talk to me. New subscriber packages. Please get with me. Name, address, email, and phone number, and shirt size. So I can get you guys a new subscriber package, which is a t-shirt and a mug. Hand-painted, Faith First Farm and Homestead on both. So please get with me on that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.